today we sent a letter to the unions in regard to their efforts to repeal Senate Bill 5, actually inviting them to the table. We're inviting them to talk. I mean, we think that would be a good thing for all of us to sit down and see if we can reach some agreement. You know, they initially reached out to us, and I was asked whether I would approve, conversations that were being held by former Speaker Davidson. I brought this to the attention of President Niehaus and Speaker Batchelder, and of course authorized the fact that there could be conversations and discussions about a way to reach an agreement.
But I hear from the average person back home that says, why can't you just sit down and work this out? What's the big deal? You know, we see such a mess in Washington where people can't talk. Why can't you guys just sit down and work this out? Well, I think the newspapers picked up on that theme as well, and all we're trying to do is say we want to reciprocate. The unions approached us once before. Unfortunately, those talks didn't go anywhere. We just wanted to reaffirm our commitment to the taxpayers of the state of Ohio, that we want to put out a reasonable, balanced approach to collective bargaining reform.
I suspect there are people out there who favor repealing this bill who would be willing to sit down and talk to us if they were permitted. But I get a sense that some of them can't talk to us because then they kind of get excommunicated. I hope that's not the case.
It's nice that the governor and the other politicians who passed Senate Bill 5 are finally admitting that the bill was flawed. But the approach to this compromise is flawed as well. They could have compromised through the legislative process, and they never did. What they did was lock people out of the State House and shove this bill down their throats and take away their rights to sit down at the table and negotiate.
Are you willing to sit down and talk now?
If they come back and tell us that they will repeal the entire bill, then that's something that we would talk about.
Is that a condition? You won't talk unless they repeal the entire bill?
They have to repeal the entire bill.